For anyone that's interested, this is a 21 JLUR. Eco diesel doesn't really matter. But one of the things that I found that's pretty irritating, I have eyes that are super sensitive to light, so I use the sun visor quite a bit, and even I got prescription glasses, so they don't really dark. I can't use. I could buy prescription sunglasses, but I just use the visor. When you're out wheeling, especially on washboard roads or just stuff where the suspension's working kind of at an aggressive rate, one of the things that happens is these mirrors, when you have them down, they sit there and rattle. And part of the reason why is you can see right here that joint moves, this seam right here. When I move right there, can you hear it? So when you're just going down the road, you can see that thing tip. So one of the things I'm going to do is redesign, add an additional fastener here that triangulates the factory bolts plus one other, and that should make this extremely stable. So the stress point right here off from there. It should make it even a little bit better when the mirror is used for a side window as well. But I'll go ahead, once I got the mirror off, I'll kind of show you, you know, what I did. I don't think it's going to be that complicated. So anyway, here's with the mirror removed. You can see where I've done the, where I'm going to drill the hole right there. And then the screw, these are the factory ones where the blue like Loctite stuff is. And then the new one. And then there's going to be a teeny hole right there. And that should fix the problem with the mirror when you're off-roading and bouncing around, where those two factory screws just don't have enough hold. And this gives it a triangulation. Trick word this morning for some reason. Should make it very solid and just minor change to the factory look. Here's the mod completed. You can see the additional screw that I installed that actually ties into the roll cage frame. And so when the visor's tipping, there's no movement up there. This is still stock install. And you can see, it's hard with the camera, but you can see where that is flexing. And then what it does is it rattles when you have the visor up for the sun, because that joint moves. And this one doesn't. You can hear the difference in the sound. There's like nothing. And that's because I've added this additional plate. Don't know if it's required, but it's fairly cheap. Just does a little bit of reinforcement for this hinge point that's out of plastic. Because when you don't have this here, and you're using it for your side window, there's a lot of pressure on this, and it's just BS plastic. So anyway, that's the mod. Still got to do the other side. Doesn't take that long. It's pretty easy to do. I think it's going to be well worth the time, and you really can't notice. I mean, there's tons of little odds and ends up there already. So it'll definitely make it better when I'm using the visors on the trail and not listening to the damn thing rattle. All right, if you guys have any questions or comments, you know where to leave them. Have a good one, guys.